Hello guys and welcome to the UFRL Season 8 finale here in Silverstone. Our championship fight was over way sooner than I hoped, but now I found myself in P7, only 35 points behind Mercs in P3, and since today's race is double points as per the season finale special, it means a win's now worth 70. So if I get a result today, we might just be able to get Mercs in P3, which might leave me with some good momentum going into next season, which is desperately needed. On to qualifying now, and our banker lap when across the line is going to see us into P1 provisionally, but then that's pretty quickly trumped by Matthias, who goes 3/10 quicker than us, which leaves us a lot of work to do on this final run here. We're absolutely sending it into Stowe, as we are now 2/10 up. Matthias goes even quicker, which means pole is probably off the table. We go a little bit deep into the final few corners, that loses us about a tenth, and on the run up to the line, can we even clinch P2 at this point? And we can. And you might have heard me say, fumbling on the last corner. But we do manage to qualify P2, which is still a great position for the race. On to the race now then. We are here in the finale, and the 5 red lights, and away we go for the finale of UFRL Tier 1. We get a good start. We actually just match Matthias, and we manage to keep Deck behind. We're going to burn all the battery up into turn 2s and 3. And we will be going for a move. We're going to chuck it up the inside. We lock up a little bit and we just about avoid making too much contact. There was a bit of contact on the front left as I completely missed the apex and misjudged where I was braking. But on to the next straight. We aren't actually going to make any moves. We're not going to burn all the battery because I've missed the overtaking opportunity. And now it is about me and Matthias working together and breaking the DRS from the cars behind, as they are on harder compounder tyres than us. On to the end of lap 1 now. You will see in a second that Deck is nearly out of 1 second already, which is all we need to do to break the DRS, and this will be a big point in our race. We do actually just manage to get over the 1 second before the DRS detection zone, and this is a big moment for our race. On to lap 4 now, and we are about to see the first swap of positions for me and Matthias. The gap to Deck and the train behind is now 3 seconds, which puts me and Matthias in a great position to have an easy shot at the win today. Me and Matthias are just going to swap positions again, and again, and again, and again. But that last one was actually really important because I wanted to be ahead going into the pit stop phases, which is where lap 10 is. You can see I fake staying out and I end up boxing. And Matthias stays out, so that means we're going to have a pretty nice undercut on him. And we're about to box, and we're going to put on the medium compounder tyres for the remaining 16 laps of this race. I just need to put on a really good outlap, because Matthias is definitely going to be pushing as well, and the tyres didn't feel that bad when I boxed. But I just know that there will be a nice undercut here, so if I can get this outlap right, then there's a big chance that we'll overtake Matthias. On to lap 12 now, the next lap after I boxed, and Matthias has actually boxed as well, which I fully expected him to do to defend my undercut. And he actually comes out within DRS, which is not at all what I wanted. And if anything, me boxing that lap earlier and him staying within the DRS has actually put him in a better position when it comes to the end of the race, because he's going to have that 1 lap fresher tyres, and doing 16 laps on the mediums is not easy. It is going to be pretty difficult to keep these tyres in good condition. On to lap 14 now, and you can see in the distance we've actually caught up to 2 back markers who have decided to stay out on the medium tyres, going for a big overcut on the people they are fighting. And it's crucial for either me or Matthias to be ahead when we catch into their DRS, and you can see that because we're both absolutely burning the ERS. He's getting close. We're going to defend the inside. He's still going to go for the move. We're going to hang it around the outside, getting close to contact. Just trying. We're staying side by side. We really need to get a good exit here. We short shift a bit soon and take maybe too tight of a line. He's still here. We're burning all the battery. We're only on less than 10%. He's got a bit more than us. He's going to go through the inside at Cops. We're going to go for a switchback. We're nearly there. Still trying to get past, but we just don't have the battery. Matthias had saved up pretty well there. I'm going through Maggots and Beckett's. He's definitely going to get into the DRS here of BAM up ahead, which isn't good. We're going to burn whatever we have left. We've got like less than 15%, and we're going to have barely any straight line speeds going into Stowe. Up ahead, Viva and BAM. BAM gets by, and we're getting close. They're still trying to get side by side. Viva's looking for a move up the inside. He decides to back out. Matthias defends the inside or even looks for a move. Not really sure what he's doing. But starting lap 15, Matthias is in a much better position than me, and if he's able to dispatch these cars before I am able to get past them, he might be able to create a 1 second gap, which would basically lose me the race. Matthias is getting close. We're going to look for a move up the inside. Matthias is going to go around the outside of Viva. There's contacts made. We nearly make contact with Viva, but he ends up ghosting. And we managed to get 2 positions for free. We're going to go on board with Matthias's POV. He goes to the outside. Viva misses the apex, and they just make contact. And because the contact model is the way it is, his car was forced into a spin. But right now, that has worked out beautifully for us, and we're going to have a free run at BAM, and we're going to get by. And this has suddenly worked really well, because now there's a car in between myself and Matthias. So if I'm able to push on here, and maybe if he gets caught behind BAM, then we might be able to drop him out of DRS, which is going to be pretty big. Matthias has actually put on the gravel behind us, which is very nice for us, and we just really need to push on. It is going to be difficult to drop BAM, and if Matthias is going to get past, he is very close to BAM at the minute, and if Matthias gets by now, then we probably won't manage to break away out of the DRS, which it's unfortunate, but I'm just happy to have gotten through those cars ahead of Matthias, because what normally happens in these races is Matthias will get ahead of me when we catch back markers, and he'll overtake them, and then I fall out of DRS, and then the race is lost. It's happened too many times, and I still can't find a good way to counter it. But right now, we're up ahead, and we're doing quite well. On to lap 19 now, and me and Matthias have got a 9.5 second gap to P3, so it is well and truly a fight for the win. There's probably not going to be a safety car. Matthias is looking like he wants to get a move on, but he's not really overtaking us very soon, so we're going to go around the outside. We're going to hold him behind through Stowe, and on the run up to Club and Vale, we're going to be side by side, defending the inside, and we do manage to keep the position. But Matthias is looking a bit impatient, and he's looking like he wants to get some racing done, which I'm fully okay with, because this race has been a little bit boring so far, at least when it's just been me and Matthias in it. But right now he's looking like he wants to get a move on. He's really close to us going into turn 3. He decides to stick behind us though, waiting for the next DRS zone. He's getting pretty close. He's looking like he's going to make a move, but he actually decides against it as we go through Brooklands, and he's probably going to wait for the hangar straight, where all the overtakes have been made so far in this race. And based on how the races went, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the only other place that there is really an overtaking opportunity. And that is probably where the move's going to be done by either myself or Matthias for the win in this race. And shock horror, later that same lap, Matthias is going to make a move for the lead again. We are just going to let him by though. We see him going for the outside. We just let him go. We're actually going to try and hang up the inside them. We actually didn't make contact with them. I'm not really sure what was going through my mind there, but that could have easily been my race over. Hitting the front tyres will easily spin the car around, especially at that high speed. And if you thought swapping the positions earlier on in the race was boring, this is actually going to be the last move made up until the final few laps, because I don't want to risk getting in front of Matthias this late into the race, because he will just sit behind us and play DRS chicken. So I'm not going to give him the chance to do so, and we are just going to sit behind him and plot for the win of this race. We are now onto the penultimate lap of the race, lap 25 of 26, and you can see I'm on 100% battery, and Matthias is flashing. He is saving up, and he is going incredibly slowly. He's going to try and force me into a move, which you will see. We're not actually going to activate the DRS, because we don't want to be in front on this last lap. Whoever will win this race will be the driver that's behind. You can see him wiggling. You can see him setting up the final lap of this race. You can see him just trying to probably play mind games, but we're not going to fall for them. We're just locked in. We're going to sit behind, and we are starting the final lap of the season in UFRL Tier 1, and we are on the final lap. Matthias is going to be burning a little bit of battery, because all he has to do is stay ahead, and Merckx is actually in P9 at the minute while we're in the fight for the win. So if we are able to pull off the win, and I think Merckx being in P9 actually does get us P3 in the standings, which is absolutely huge. We're not going to burn too much battery here, because this is not the overtaking opportunity. You can see Matthias is saving. We're just going to lift. We're going to stay behind. We're not going to fall for his games. He's been here before way too many times. I've been here before enough now to know what to do. It's going to be made on the hangar straight into Stowe, Club and Vale. pushing towards cops now. We're going to use a little bit. We need to stick ahead. Matthias is probably going into hot lap mode just to give himself a little bit of a gap. And the gap he's at now, if it keeps it onto the hanger straight, that probably would be enough for him. But going through Maggots and Beckett's, we are actually going to use some. We're on 70% now. I'm not actually sure how much Matthias is on at the minute, but that doesn't really matter because we're just going to burn absolutely everything we've got. One final time on the hanger straight. We're getting closer, we're getting close, we're going to pull to the outside, so it's going to be side by side. We go a little bit deep, he goes wide, we nearly make contact, he forces us off the track. We're going to stay off the track, we don't get an illegal overtake luckily. Going side by side into Vale, he stays around the outside, we leave him the space, but luckily we managed to keep him behind. And we managed to take our second win of the season and win the finale of UFRL Tier 1 in Season 8. And this is the move that got it done. Move into the outside. We did take a bit of a wide line. There was a bit of contact made, which forced us wide. I could have stayed on the track, but if I did, I would have lost all momentum. And then what's even the point of racing at that point? We're fighting for a win here. But then we just hang it around the outside. Matthias makes a bit of a mistake through Club and Vale. And that is what wins us the race. Big for the final race of the season. That was only my second win in a 15-race season, which is a lot worse than I would have liked. It's not my standards, considering I was fighting for the championship last season and won it the season before. But it's alright. You know, we got P1 in the end. We've got good momentum now going into next season, and that's really all we need. We're probably going to be in the Williams again, and I will be making a lot of videos for that. I did lack this season, to be fair. But we will definitely be doing more videos. I've had a lot of fun making this one because it is very different to my old style videos. It's not as boring because now I've got PC. I can actually make good videos. I can make good editing. But if you did enjoy this style of video, let me know in the comments and leave a like and subscribe because we are very close to 100 subscribers and it would be quite nice to get that in one video. But if you did enjoy, then yeah, do all the above, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.